All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Wachakodash. Peace and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS to give us the truth and all its purity. And salutations to all your occupants pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth and sincerity and the truth. I'm the brother Yahweh. And this lesson, as you can see, we'll be going into the signs in the heavens, which include this coming eclipse. It's coming on April 8th. And the eclipse is a sign that the Heavenly Father is getting ready to turn things up, and it just so happened to be that it's right around the Passover season, and we know that Passover is really the New Year, not January. The New Year is really the Passover, and around the Passover, the Lord always, um, amps things up as far as prophecy goes, and as you can see, the eclipse is crossing out America. You had one that happened back in 2017. It went this way, and then you have the other one, and it's basically doing the X symbol, you know, and it's really the Hebrew letter Ta, which is the end. You see, so the Lord is about to end this place, man. And there's another one, another map that shows another eclipse that had passed, and basically makes the X look like the I symbol, so the I and the Tha, the beginning and the end, which is a title for Yahushua. And that's what Yahushua's coming to do. He's coming to end the rulership of the wicked, you see? So this eclipse, is the most anticipated, in history, man, because it's a lot of things that's, happening around that time, you know? So let's go up. So right before the eclipse on April 4th, right? 4 days before the eclipse, April 4, 2024, four planets will align on the same side of the sun as Earth. According to Star Walk, an astronomy app and developer, Venus, Mars, and Saturn and Neptune will be visible. While full planetary alignments are rare, the alignment or three to six planets happen often. So, you have a planetary alignment, an eclipse, right? Around the same time, and this is all around the time of the Passover. So then now there's a blood moon. Let's see. Where is it at? No, that's not it. Blood moon March. That's supposed to be some form of, what is it? Pink moon. Let's see. Pink moon 2024. Okay, yeah. So there'll be a pink moon on April 23rd, 2024, which is after the eclipse. So that's another sign right there, right? And then look at this one. Why does it keep doing that? It's supposed to have the answer right on the screen. Let's see. Rare star explosion will be visible for a week. For the first time in 8 decades, a celestial phenomenon will grace our night sky, offering a once in a lifetime chance to witness a star brilliance with the naked eye during a dramatic explosion. It says, known as T Corona Borealis or TCRB, this star resides 3,000 light years from Earth in the northern hemisphere's expanse and is on the brink of an intense outburst. So supposedly, I don't know if this tells you when it's supposed to happen, but I had read it. It said it's supposed to happen around the time of the eclipse as well. So hey man, the signs are there. That's why the scriptures say to measure the time diligently in itself. And when you see the signs that the Most High told us about, then you're gonna understand that it is the same time when the highest is gonna visit the world which He made. Let's see. I had looked it up. It had given me a approximate date. Okay, yeah, so it said sometime between February and September 2024. So between February and September. So right now we in March and going into April. So between now and September, this is supposed to take place. So these are all signs in the heavens that the Most High told us to look out for. Now here's another one. It says total solar eclipse on April 8th. Rare devil comet will be visible during the eclipse. So during the eclipse, it's also a devil comet. Hey man, the Most High is really showing off, man. You know, and I believe during that time is gonna be chariot sightings, man. So-called UFOs will be seen. So it says Skywatchers looking forward to April 8th total solar eclipse may get a chance to see a rare and massive comet with a particular devilish nickname. It says 12P Pons Brooks has been nicknamed the Devil Comet due to the presence of two horns that are made up of ice and gas that periodically explode. It's known as a periodic comet, sweeping by the Earth every 71 years. It's massive, a giant space rock, roughly the size, same size as Mount Everest. So there you go. So there's an eclipse, a planetary alignment, a comet, a supernova explosion, right, and a pink moon all around the same time. And here's the last one. It says as billions of loud alien-like bugs invade eastern states this spring, here's what you should know. Oh man, I hate this bullshit. It wasn't doing that before. But anyways, you got two different species of cicadas that's supposed to come out, at the same time as the eclipse. And they said this is the first time in history that both of those species are coming out at the same time. And the first time in well, not the first time in history, the first time in over 200 years, I believe, that um, you had that one species, that one of those species has came out, in that amount. So hey man, this is all signs to let us know that Yahweh Bashim Shaz is working, and this is the real new year, the year of Jacob's trouble, and we're getting ready to see, some wondrous things in these last days, man. More signs in the heavens, and this is all, proof that this is the end, man. Because never in history have you heard about, you know, all these things happening at the same time. So without further ado, let's get a couple precepts. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 9. Now, this is when the disciples asked the Lord, when is the end going to come? It says, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Yeah, so we've seen wars and commotions between different nations. Russia, they've been warning about World War III and the destruction of America. You have China going at it with America, North Korea, Iran, Israel, and so on and so forth. There's so many wars and commotions, you can't even, you know, name them off the top of your head, man. It says, be not terrified. Why? Because we understand that this is not what's going to lead onto the end. What's going to lead to the end is going to be the implementation of the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, the CBDC implant that they're trying to put in people. Once that start to be made mandatory, that's when we know we're close to the end. But those we are close to the end. We are in the end, but we know we're going to be closer to the end once the mark is implemented. It says, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. And that's all we've been seeing the past decade or so, man. Great earthquakes in places that have, you know, really never experienced earthquakes before, man. You know, last year we had a big one with Turkey, Mexico, you know, every day there's major earthquakes happening all over the earth, man. It says, and famines and pestilences. So famine is at the door. And the World Economic Forum, they just warned that by the end of 2024, it's going to be global famines, pestilences, going into what? New epidemics. You see, disease X. And it says, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. So fearful sights and great signs are being seen in heaven, man. You know? And this is all by the will of Yahweh Bashim Shah. This is not all random, you know? Because to people in the world, they'll see all of this happen and they just think it's just, you know, random, man. You know, when has this ever happened before? Supernova, a comet, called Devil Comet, right? Um, a pink moon. Um, what else? Supernova, pink moon, eclipse, Devil Comet, cicadas. You know, all of this happening at the same time is not normal, man. So this is the sign of the end. Going down to verse 25, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity. Yes, so signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars. That supernova is a sign of the star. The pink moon is in the eclipse is a sign of the moon and the sun. You see, it says, and upon the earth distress of nations. Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of distress in these last days, man. You know, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of chaos, a lot of turmoil. It says the sea and the waves roaring. Yeah, so a lot of tsunami is going to take place as well. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Yeah, so man's hearts is going to fail them for fear when they start seeing the wrath of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua on the earth. The scriptures say that men are going to hold their loins like women in travail in these last days, man, because times are going to be so rough, you know, and men in America, they've been so privileged to live in a Western society in a first world country that they have never really suffered any type of adversity. They never really went through any turmoil, you know. But you go to these third world countries, these foreign nations, you know, they used to adversity, man. You know, so when it comes here, you know, the men are gonna turn into women, man, as the scriptures say. It says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the cloud with power and great glory. So it's going to be more signs leading unto the main sign, which is Yahweh Shah's appearance. You know, who the world called Jesus Christ is coming on what these people know as UFOs. We call them the chariots, man. You know, they're going to come in droves by the billions, if not more than that. Because the scriptures tell you, you know, there's a trillions and trillions and trillions, innumerable multitude of angels in the heavens, man. So Yahweh Shah, he could easily pull up with a trillion angels if he wants to. So that right there is gonna have people's hearts fail them, man, because they're not expecting, you know, an invasion, you know, and that invasion to be orchestrated by a so-called black man. People gonna lose their minds, man. All right. So that's it on that. Now let's get to the book of, matter of fact, Habakkuk. What is it? Habakkuk 3 and 2. It says, O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known. In the wrath, remember mercy. Yes, so revive thy work in the midst of the years. You know, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua is reviving his signs and wonders, man. The same signs that he did in Egypt, he's getting ready to bring them again. That's why he said in the second Ezra, the 15th chapter, that he's going to smite Egypt with plagues as before and destroy the land thereof. So the plagues of Egypt is in the midst, man, because we're in a time of the Passover. And that's a sign, you know, that the Most High shown in the heavens. Those signs in the heavens is letting us know that the Lord is getting ready to redeem Israel, man, to take Egypt out. So it says, revive thy work in the midst of the years, in the midst of the years make known, and the wrath remember mercy. Yes, so the Lord, you know, is going to have mercy on the elect, man, you know, in the time of wrath, because those are the only ones that's doing his will. While the whole world, you know, has fallen astray, you know, has gone after the devil, you know, the works of the devil, the left hand, you know, the elect are the only ones, you know, preaching Yahweh Bashim Shah, you know, and holding true to his name. So the Lord is going to have mercy upon them. That's why the scriptures say, my servants shall eat, but you two-thirds, you're going to be hungry, man. So it says, Yahweh Shemel Shah came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Salah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. And his brightness was as the light, and he had horns coming out of his hands, and there was the hiding of his power. So Yahweh Shah, when he returns, he's going to cover the whole sky, man. That's why it says, every eye shall see him, and those that pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth is going to wail because of him. So it says he had horns coming out of his hands. Now the word horn in Hebrew is qaran, and it says horn of strength, flask, horn as musical instrument, horn-like projections on the altar. It says of rays of light. So that represents Yahweh Shah's power. Rays of light coming from the ships, from the chariot. That's why it says in Isaiah 66 and 15 that he's coming with fire. He's coming with his chariots like a whirlwind, you know, to rebuke, the world with fire, man. So that's gonna be the laser beams coming from the ships, the chariots, man. The second Ezra, the 13th chapter, it tells you that he ain't gonna have to lift up hand nor sword, but a blast of fire is gonna proceed, from the ship, and is gonna turn the armies that try to fight him into dust and smell of smoke, man. You see? It says before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet. And that's going into what? The destruction, the missiles. Yahweh Shah is gonna stand above in the heavens, watching the missiles, burn different parts of the earth, man. It says he stood and measured the earth, he beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered, the perpetual hills did bow, his ways are everlasting. Yeah, so those nations that come to, fight against Yahweh Shah, they're gonna be scattered, man. You know? Yahweh Shah is gonna decimate them. I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, the curtains in the land of Midian, they tremble. Was the Lord Yahweh Shah displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea that thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation? So Habakkuk, he's seen so much devastation in the midst of Yahweh Shah's entrance that he asked the Lord, are you angry with the rivers? What the rivers do to you? That you ride it upon the chariots, man, of salvation, the ships. You see? So the chariots, they're here for salvation, but also for destruction, man. The salvation of the righteous and the destruction of the wicked. Thy bow was made quite naked according to the oath of the tribe Salah. Even thy word Salah, thou didst cleave the earth with rivers. The mountains saw thee, and they trembled. The overflowing of the water passed by. The deep uttered his voice and lifted up his hands on high. That's going into what? Tsunamis. Because the scriptures say the earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard from the missiles pelting it, as well as from the presence of Yahweh Shah. It says, the sun and moon stood still in their habitation. At the light of thine arrows they went, and at the shining of thy glittering spear. So the arrows, they belong to Yahweh Shah. Those arrows is talking about the missiles, man. Yahweh Shah is going to be in control of that. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever